Good morning. Thank you for uh, watching the replay. This is a re-recording of this morning's meditation that was streamed live on Facebook because the sound didn't record. So this is day 6 of our 11-day virtual soul retreat journey. Today is a guided meditation. We actually have one more guided meditation coming up on the 30th as well. And there's 2 meditations for a reason. Guided meditation, visualization, I think serves so many purposes in spiritual evolution. It unlocks our creativity, which sometimes if we're in stress for a long period of time, we kind of lose access to our creativity. So I like it for that reason. And then B, it allows our creativity is our way inside. It's our way to getting really familiar with our subconscious and those parts of us that aren't always accessible to us consciously. So just make sure you have some water near you if you do feel like you need to take water in. Get really comfortable for this session. This is going to be about a 30-minute meditation. And, you can lay back if you want to lay on a yoga mat or something like that. If you feel like standing up, you can do that. You can do this walking. Just try not to have too many distractions. And, or you can do it sitting like I am, but try and uncross your legs and have your feet on the floor. So just get in a quiet space, get in your preferred meditative position, and float your eyes closed when you're ready. Begin to breathe. Breathing in through your nose. First few breaths, exhaling through your mouth. Big, deep belly breath in through the nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Again, inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Again, inhaling through your nose. And on the exhale, out through your nose. Again, in through your nose. And out through your nose. So continue this breathing, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose throughout this meditation. If you get too distracted, other than what's I'm leading you through, just bring yourself back to your breath, bring yourself back to your body. And it's a good reminder of just coming back to the present moment. So bring all of your awareness, and you can even bring your physical hands here if this helps, but right to the center of your chest, to what I've been referring to lately as the heart portal. This is the really center of where we house our soul and our body. And it's certainly not the only chakra that matters, but it is a special chakra, this heart chakra. So bring your awareness to the center of your chest. And just go as deep as you can, as deep as your awareness will allow you to go in this space. And I want you to look in front of you, and all of a sudden, a cord appears. This cord is going to be the cord that connects us between heaven and earth, essentially, the highest level of conscious down to the low, dense consciousness of the lower dimensions. So you're going to take this cord and first anchor it in your heart space, the center of your chest. Allow it to flow down through the center line of your body, out through your pelvic area, between your legs, and into the earth. And draw this cord deep into the earth through all of the layers until you reach the core of the earth. So my cord is a silver cord. Your cord can be any bright, shimmery, glittery, pure color that you like. I'm going to refer to this as my silver cord. So you're going to wrap your silver cord around the core of the earth, bring it back up, touching the other side of the cord, all the way back up through layers of the earth, up through your pelvis, through the center of your body, running straight past the core, the heart chakra, up and out of the crown chakra. And then just allow it to go as far as you can imagine up through the higher levels of consciousness, through all of the ascended masters and guides and beings, past the planets, past the stars, all the way up to where your master soul resides, your original divine spark. Wrap it around your original divine spark and allow this cord to come all the way back down, landing in through your crown chakra, coming back into your heart space. So now you have this cord that is a continuous loop running down to the center of the core of the earth, all the way back up through you to the highest level of consciousness that is possible, and back down. So just get a sense of what this feels like to be so anchored above and below. And I want your awareness to be in the center space that you started in. Now allow this space to take like a shape or a presence. And give yourself a shape. It can be whatever shape appears for you. It can be you in your human body shape, you in your spirit animal shape, whatever feels comfortable, you in just the light being shape. And the shape that is coming up for you that you're going to do this meditation from is your higher self. So you have you as your higher self. Now just observing the space around you. And you open the eyes of your higher self. And in front of you, you see something start to form in the shape of your general shape of your human body. If it has a different shape, that's okay. But you, as your higher self, know that you are gazing upon your lower self in front of you. Just allow these two aspects of you, your higher self, which you're going to be doing most of the meditation from, and your lower self, which you're going to be observing. Allow these two selves to just meet in this space. Take note of what shape your lower self is in. It could be a holographic image, it could be a painting on a wall, whatever shape it appeared in. Just kind of observe, like, what shape is what energy it's giving off. If you notice any like feeling sensations coming off of your lower self, kind of how your lower self is operating at the moment. And your higher self notices that there's this treasure chest on the floor. So you walk over to the treasure chest and you get the urge to open it. And as you open it, these beams of light come out. And you have 7 velvet bags with beautiful ties strung in them. And there's 7 different colors. And you know they're representing these 7 major energy points in the body, which are the chakras. So let's start with the red bag. Pull the red bag out. This represents our root chakra. And your higher self is going to reach in this beautiful bag. It has something so special inside. You reach in and you pull out this seed, this divine spark seed. And your higher self is going to plant this seed in the lower self aspect of you in front of you. So go ahead and plant that seed in the general root chakra area. The root chakra in the physical body is at the base of your spine. representing the energies going downward. So just plant that seed in your root chakra and notice if you need to give that seed nourishment in any way, or maybe it just starts to take form, at times really accelerated in this space. So you start to begin to notice what shape the seed is taking. Is something growing from it that is of the earth? Maybe it takes the shape of an entire ecosystem. Maybe it takes the shape of a person or even just a memory. Just notice, being the higher self observer, what what shape does this beautiful enlightened seed begin to take in your lower self? And allow it to get a little bit more developed, a bit bigger in space, if you will. And give it your blessing as your higher self. And there's a little veil, a really thin veil covering the space. So just pull it so we kind of have a clean slate to work with as we go on to the orange bag in our treasure chest. So pull out the orange bag and reach your hand in the bag, pull out the seed that's within. And we're going to place it or plant it, whatever is most fitting for your visual of your lower self in front of you. But place it in the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra lies just above the seed that you just planted in the root chakra. The physical body, this is where our sex organs lie. This is our pelvis area, our center of creativity. Plant that seed, allow it to begin to grow, take shape, develop. Does your higher sense, does your higher self get a sense of needing to nourish this seed? And if so, how? Begin to do that. These are energy beams that you're nourishing with. Maybe they're words. Maybe they're physical elements like water or sun. And just allow this seed to begin to grow. Giving a moment of gratitude to being able to observe this process in your lower self. Just again, pull the veil over that window, allowing the seed to continue to do what it's doing behind that veil. But again, so we have more of a clean slate. I'm going to reach for the yellow bag in the treasure chest. Take out the yellow bag, open it up, reach your hand in there. And we're going to plant this seed in our solar plexus chakra, in our lower self in front of us. The solar plexus is right in the center of our body where our navel lies. All of our digestive organs are here. And this is our power center. So go ahead and plant the seed in your lower self. And allow this seed to begin to take form, take on some life. As your higher self, you can nourish and nurture the seed in any way, or simply observe what's happening in front of you. Good. And as your higher self, take a moment of gratitude and just awareness, conscious awareness to this process that's unfolding from the seed in front of you in the center energy, center of your body, your lower self body. And again, drawing the thin yellow veil in front of that window, allowing the seed to continue to grow and flourish behind that veil. But so we have a little bit of a clean slate. Now, moving up to the fourth chakra, reach for the green bag in the treasure chest. Reach your hand in the bag and pull out the seed. I'm going to plant the seed in the space where we began this meditation in the center of our heart chakra. Reach your hand right in the portal of that area within your lower self, placing the seed and allowing it to begin to grow. And does this seed need anything extra from your higher self? Is it able to start to begin to develop? So, what shapes is it taking on? Take note of any emotions that are coming up for you if they arise. Allow your higher self to observe this process of this budding, blooming seed into whatever form it's taking in this sacred space of the heart chakra. Again, a moment of gratitude for being the higher self observer of this process of this seed being planted in your lower self. And pull the veil in front of that window. Again, bringing more like a clean slate in front of you. Reaching down into the treasure chest, you grab a blue bag. Inside the blue bag is a seed. Take the seed out, and we're going to plant the seed in the general area of the throat chakra in your lower self in front of you. Plant that seed and just allow things to begin to happen with that seed. Color, a pattern that comes up. How is the seed able to grow in the throat chakra, in the lower self aspect of you? Being grateful for being able to witness this, for having access to be able to nurture and nourish the seed from the higher self aspect, and to bring water into the equation or sun, love, heartbeams. Good. And again, just thinly pulling a thin veil across that area, allowing the seed to continue to flourish behind the veil. So you have more of a clean slate. Reach down into the treasure chest and grab the purple bag. Reaching your hand into the purple bag, you pull out the seed. We're going to place this seed right in the middle of our forehead, in the lower self, in between the eyebrows, in that third eye chakra. Go ahead and plant the seed there and allow whatever process begins to unfold from that seed just to be what it is. See what comes out of that seed that you've planted as the higher self. giving any energy if the call comes up to that seed, or simply being the grateful, silent observer, how the seeds begins to take up space in the third eye chakra. With gratitude, just reach your hand up and pull the veil across that space, allowing the seed to continue to do what it's doing behind that curtain. So you have more of a clean slate. Reach your hand into the treasure chest and pull out the white bag, white golden light bag. Reaching your hand in, pulling out the seed and planting it right on the crown chakra, right at the top of your head, in the lower self aspect of yourself. And observing what begins to happen with this seed. If you're called from the higher self to give this seed any nurturing or nourishing, assist the seed in that way. Just be the observer of how this seed begins to take form. So now that we've planted 7 seeds in our 7 primary energetic chakras inside of our lower self aspect that we are observing, let's pull all those veils back. And so you have this picture of how, this full picture of how all of these seeds have developed, and the picture of your lower self in front of you now. Note any differences in the visual you see in front of you now versus in the beginning when you first met your lower self. What's changed? Are there any areas that are particularly less developed than the others, where the seed had a little bit of more of a challenging time to take form in something other than a seed? Just get this, really take it all in. What's your higher self observing now in your lower self as you planted these 7 seeds, these energy centers? Ask the question to your lower self: how can I best support you as your higher self? And see what comes up. And as your higher self, you're now going to walk forward towards your lower self as it's taken form and taken shape with these 7 seeds you've planted in the lower self. And you're going to walk right into and become one with the lower self aspect. And observe what happens to the visual that you had in front of you as your higher self becomes part and one with your lower self aspect. Noting without judgment how this feels. So, as we have these two aspects now brought together as one, to bring closure to this space and to this meditation, I want you to remember the cord that is anchoring you down into the center of the earth and again up to the highest level of consciousness, really anchoring you here. And all the energy is able to meet in this center point, in this portal in the center of your chest. So, with the next few breaths, I just want you to, in the inhale, just get a sense of how this energy, this form is. And in the exhale, we're going to be bringing this form and this shape closer and closer into the center of your chest, bringing in this concentrated ball of energy that is your lower self and your higher self. It includes all of the things that came from the seeds that you've just planted in your lower self. With each exhale, this energy ball is getting more constricted, more concentrated, really coming down to almost be held like in the palm of your hand if you had that space in your center, the center of your chest, that heart space center. So when you get the ball as tight and as small and as concentrated as you can, we're going to put it back in that treasure chest. Just remind yourself that you always have access to these two aspects. When you need to call on a melding, on a learning experience, on this power and potency of union, that it resides inside this treasure chest in your heart portal. And we'll leave it there for the moment. Bring your hands one over the other to this heart space. And we'll take 3 breaths together to close this meditation. And just get a sense of how that exercise, your higher self and your lower self meeting and melding into one feels in the center of your chest. And one more deep belly breath in and exhale. I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer with that energy. You're free to do so. You can go ahead and open your eyes, float your eyes open when you're ready. Love and gratitude to yourself for taking this time today to do this meditation. And this is day 6 of the 11-day soul retreat. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, sorry, 5 more days. It's quick math. 5 more days left of this soul retreat. If you have joined us for any of the activities prior to now, great. I'd love to see you again. Hopefully you can make it for some of the other days from here until the 31st. If you haven't joined us yet, no problem. You can catch any of the replays they're in this group on this Facebook page, or yeah, just hop in for one of the next 5 days offerings or activities. You can see the schedule up on the wall on the Facebook page, and I'd love to invite you to take this last week of the year to really take care of yourself and give yourself at least 10 to 20 minutes a day to just be with you, if not more, and nourish yourself and reflect on what's happened over the last year, what's happened over the last 3 years, what's happened over the last 20 years, these major transits. Tomorrow we have our community astrologer, Andrea Walker, coming on to give us an astrology forecast, which is going to be a full moon forecast. The full moon's on the 29th. So she's going to be coming on to give us a 2-week forecast. And I can't wait to see her, and I can't wait to see more of you getting involved in some of these self-care activities. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all in the Facebook group. Surrender to remember.